David, you mentioned this in the release when you guys signed Bo, and certainly brought it up again today, the competitive nature. We know what Bo Bichette is as a player, but what have you seen and what have you heard about Bichette in terms of the compete level that was intriguing to you?
Well, I think anytime you watch this guy play at any point in his career, it's very clear that he's playing hard. Mm-hmm. Like that comes through. And then when we began to do our research on him, talking to teammates, talking to coaches, that's when it really became apparent that his desire to win, how he prioritizes his life to win, it really takes it to a different level. And when we really began talking with Bo this offseason, that was part of every conversation. Want to make sure that he was going to go to a place that had a real chance to win a World Series, and we're certainly, very much in agreement that that's our goal.
As you've restructured this roster, it feels like there's a common theme with a lot of the moves you've made, where guys are more contact hitters, less strikeout, less swing and miss. Was that just the way that things fell, the opportunities fell, or was that a big priority as you look to shift your offensive profile?
I don't know that contact per se was the priority. We want to be able to take competitive at-bats up and down our lineup. Mm-hmm. We want to be in every at-bat. We don't want to give at-bats away. So I think that was a priority. Guys who take each and every at-bat very seriously, regardless of where you are in the season, regardless of what the score is. And I think we've improved there. I think we've got a lineup combining what we have here existing with some of our young players coming up and some of the additions we've brought in from the outside, where we're going to see highly competitive at-bats 1 through 9.
330 career hitter with runners in scoring position, and I know that there's always a debate. I talked to Bo about this as well. Is it a skill? Is it luck? When you see those types of numbers, though, how much credence do you give to the fact that that is a skill and something that he is genuinely good at doing?
We've talked about this before, as teams have gone well or not well in terms of clutch hitting. I think there is a skill to regulating yourself. I think there is a skill to slowing it down, to regulating your heartbeat, to staying in the moment when the moment matters the most. And I think there are people and players who can do that, and Bo has certainly demonstrated he can. Everything behind the batting average backs up that he's really good in clutch situations. He's taking really good at bats in clutch situations. And so if you do that, more often than not, you're going to get a good result.
David, you have talked often about prioritizing defense this offseason. Bo's another player that you're going to be asked to shift positions. What do you see in the way that he has handled shortstop that makes you believe he is going to be an upgrade defensively as well at third base?
Yeah, so I think in general the players we are asking to shift positions, we're potentially going to have 4 shortstops on the dirt a lot of days this season. And from a range perspective, that's a real advantage. We should be able to cover a lot of ground. Now, there's certainly going to be learning moments for Bo and Jorge Polanco as well, as they understand the intricacies of their positions. But with Bo, we're talking again about someone who understands the game so well, has been around the game his entire life, has a great work ethic on the field, has the aptitude. We believe he's going to get there and get there pretty fast.
There is a center fielder now on the roster that nobody can doubt his defensive acumen for sure, in Luis Robert, that trade coming down last night. What was it about that player, who's certainly been connected to you guys for a long time, that felt like he was a good fit and someone who you could possibly tap into the offensive potential that we've seen in the past?
Yeah, as we looked at Luis Robert, we saw so many of the same skills and tools that allowed him to be an elite player just a couple years ago. All of that is still there. And when you see those underlying skills and tools at such a high level, it makes you want to get that guy in your organization. We'll do everything we can to bring the best out of him. We'll do everything we can to keep him on the field, make him comfortable. And look, sometimes just a change of place, a change of scenery gives someone a little bit of new perspective. And we don't really know what that is. We don't really know why, but we've all seen it plenty of times in sports. And Luis certainly could be a guy like that.
All right, real fast, 2 more for you. With the addition of Luis Robert, do you feel like you guys are done adding to the outfielder? As I know you like to say it's never finished, we're never quite done, but do you feel pretty good about what you have in the outfield, or do you still feel like you could add one more?
I feel good about our position player grouping as a whole. I think we have a group that complements each other very well, a group that fits pretty well together. As you said, we're never going to stop looking. And this point in the offseason in particular, things pop up that you don't anticipate. Things can change pretty quickly. But I am happy with the position player grouping we have right now.
All right, so you said the position player grouping. What about the pitching side? How determined are you to still find a starting pitcher to add to the staff?
My preference is to add a starting pitcher. I've been open and honest about that through the entirety of the offseason. I can't say with certainty we're going to be able to do that, but we remain engaged on a number of different fronts in that market. We've still got plenty of time to go in the offseason, certainly plenty of time before opening day, and so we'll see where it heads.
All right, David, thank you so much for the time. As always, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Appreciate it.